So, guys, I have to say, I've been absolutely shocked, just stunned at how bad Kristi Noem is at being a politician. So she, of course, was number one on the list of like, hey, this is probably going to be Trump's VP. She checks every box, man. She checks every box. He wants a woman, check. He wants a woman who's attractive, check. He wants somebody who's endlessly loyal, check. And he wants somebody who's totally uncharismatic that can't outshine him. Check. Look, she was the one. I was ready to go over to FanDuel or go to some bookie and place the bet a year ago that it's going to be Kristi Noem. I've been saying that publicly for a while. But man, she blew it all. She had it. She had it. And she fucked it up. Because she released a book, which, by the way, is something you do before you run for office. Another sign that she was going to be Trump's VP. And in the book, oh my God, she shoots herself in the dick. She talks about murdering her 14-month-old puppy because the puppy wasn't acting right. Like, killed some chickens or whatever, was hard to train. Yeah, I murked him. I brought him to the gravel pit and killed him right before the kids came home from school. Oh, bro. So that pissed off everybody because if there's one thing America knows for sure, it's that we love dogs. Americans love dogs more than we love people. People, it's like, fuck them. Right? A dog, oh, little cute doggy, so innocent, so pure, right? That's everybody. That's independents, Republicans, liberals, Democrats, everything in between, right? So she got in trouble over that. Then she also got in trouble. She has this gratuitous, asinine story in her book about how she met Kim Jong-un and stared him down and saw a little tyrant, but it's okay because she's experienced and smart and she can handle little tyrants like that. Meanwhile, of course, it comes out, she never fucking met Kim Jong-un. She never been to North Korea. She never met Kim Jong-un. It's a total fucking lie. In fact, she pulled it out of her own book because there's no backing it up. And then she does a press tour where she's asked about it, and she's like, I've been to the DMZ. Like, okay, but who did you think you were talking to when you mentioned Kim Jong-un? I don't even talk about conversations I've had that are off the record, bro. You wrote about it in your fucking book. And now you're like, I don't talk about that. Then why'd you write about it in your book? And then when it's brought up like she lied, she's like, I'm not lying. Like, she just dodges everything. And she does it so inartfully. So anyway, that brings us to today. Guys, she's handling like PR in the worst imaginable way possible. There's like, as crisis management goes, this is a textbook definition of how not to react. First of all, she kept breathing air into both these stories. She kept commenting on it over and over, doing interviews on it over and over, talking about, yeah, I shot the dog. Yeah, the Kim Jong-un thing. Just every single day, just digging a deeper hole. Like, if you're advising her, that you could tell she's from one of the Dakotas. She doesn't know how to handle life in the big city. She doesn't know when to leave it alone. She doesn't know when to let the story die, right? So she goes on Stuart Varney's show. Stuart Varney, of course, Fox Business host, super right-wing. Super, on the side of Kristi Noem. And she somehow manages to implode even worse in a friendly interview. Watch this.
If you were writing the book today, would you include the dog story?
This is a wonderful book. Did you read the book?
Not yet.
Oh, you should. The first chapter.
But the question stands.
The whole first
chapter. If you were writing it today,
yes, I'm
would
proud
you
of this
include
book.
the dog story?
I'm proud of this book. If you read the first chapter, it's all about when there's right.
She refused to answer the question in a very inartful way.
Started when you turn on the news today and all you see that's happening on these college campuses and what's going on with supporting Hamas and the pro-terrorist organizations. The first chapter in this book covers the riots that happened at the RNC at the White House and how that started with Antifa and the fact that this president that's in the White House, Joe Biden, will not shut this down and that they're chanting hatred towards the Jewish people and exterminating them. That's what people should be talking about, Stuart.
Lies, 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 all lies. None of that happened. All lies, all lies. Didn't answer the question.
Your political
so I know that a lot of people are using attacks and trying to take me down because they're scared of me. Listen, I've run 12 campaigns and all I've done is one. I win everything that I do.
Support you on shooting the dog.
I'm honest. Well, I've heard a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people that say, listen, this was 20 years ago. 50 states
with emails.
50 states have a law in the books.
You're going to be on, and we've been consumed with emails saying, I won't vote for this person. I won't vote for Trump if he puts her in the vice presidential spot.
Well, I'll tell you, Stuart, I'm sorry you're not hearing from real Americans that live on farms and ranches, because every state has a law in the books that allows for animals that are killing livestock and attacking people to be handled this way.
Okay.
And so I made a decision as a mom, and I'm a grandma, that the safety of my children and the safety of people was what I needed to decide on, basis protecting them from a very dangerous animal.
Okay, she imploded there. I got one more for you.
Still think that you are in line to be Trump's vice president?
No, it's up to Donald Trump. He's the only person who will decide this.
He's
the only person who will decide. And yes, I do speak to him.
May I ask what he said to you about being vice president?
No, I never tell anybody my personal conversations with
Did the dog story
President
come up in
Trump.
your conversation with
I talk to President Trump all the time.
About the dog?
About a lot of things. And right now, I tell you what, he is being persecuted in a political witch hunt
Won't
in this
answer.
court case. So I'm proud of him
dog?
about how tough he is and how well he is doing.
Did you bring up the dog?
Yes, enough,
With Trump?
Stuart.
With Trump? Did you
This
bring up the
interview
dog
is
with Trump?
ridiculous, what you were doing right now.
I don't
So
think
you
so.
need to stop. It is.
Okay.
It is.
We'll
Let's
stop.
talk about some real topics that Americans care about.
I'm afraid we're out of time.
Oh, well, of course we are.
We do thank you for being with us. I know I pressed hard, but that's what people are talking about to this day.
Yeah.
Governor Noem, thanks for joining us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
You bet.
We'll be back in just a moment. With the
Oh
opening bell.
my God. She might be the worst politician I've ever seen. Bro, the whole point of being a politician is that you're smooth. The whole point is that you can handle what they throw at you and jujitsu it right back. That's the whole point. And you don't even have to be somebody who tells the truth. Everybody knows politicians lie like a motherfucker, but they lie artfully. They find a way to spin it. They find a way to flip it. They find a way to maybe not answer the question, but do it in a way where most people don't even notice. And then here's Kristi Noem. She absolutely imploded on herself. I've never seen an implosion this bad in an interview, man. By the way, you know you're going to get this question. You've gotten this question 14 other times when you did interviews, bro. How do you not know? You have to have your answer ready to go. You have to find a way to not look so offended and outraged at the most obvious questions in the world. You're going to get asked about the Kim Jong-un shit. You're going to get asked about the dog shit. And you need to find a way to disarm. You need to find a way to, if you're going to pivot artfully as fuck. But instead, I mean, she makes it look like Stuart Varney is like, you know, some aggressive journalist in his prime when he's not even close. Oh, man. None of my predictions have ever looked worse than the Kristi Noem one being VP right now. I'll admit that, man. But look, she did it to herself. All she had to do was not release that fucking book, and she was the one. She had it. She had it. But now it's probably going to be Elise Stefanik. I know number one in when it comes to the bets, number one is Tim Scott. So we'll see. I still think it's going to be Elise Stefanik or a woman, but whoo, man. Could you imagine blowing your moment this bad? She's going to be thinking about this for the next 30 years. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.